Welcome to Mesa Morning Live, the holiday edition. It is our final Mesa Morning Live of the crazy year that we call 2020. Boy, it's going to feel good to usher that out, isn't it? Let's do a sage cleansing of 2020 and welcome 2021 with open arms. Anyway, this month's episode is sponsored by our good friends at Ocean Air Heating and Air Conditioning, probably gearing up more for the heating than the air conditioning part this time of year, which is also a welcome reprieve. This is our virtual episode, obviously. COVID has kind of caused us all, not just with Mesa Morning Live, but all of you watching at home or watching at work, to kind of pivot and do things a little differently. And we've adeptly, we think, handled that, thanks to our good friends at Cox 11. Thanks for doing all you guys do. Round of applause to the whole team here at the studio. By the way, what a first-class operation. They take this whole mishmash of what we do and make it into a show, and it's kind of fun. So thanks for all you guys do. The team here at Cox has been great. You know, every month we kind of get a different co-host, somebody to sit off to my side, kind of be my Ed McMahon. And this month is very special as we welcome our Santified, I'm not even sure that's a word, but it is for the next hour.
Yeah.
Our Santa version of my co-host, Sally Harrison, the CEO, president of the Mesa Chamber, and look how festive this is.
I know. How about that?
Well, welcome, and it's good to have. I think you should do this look maybe year-round.
I could probably work on that.
So explain what we've got here. You've got the little vest on because...
Yeah, I'm wearing my Salvation Army apron because it's bell ringing time.
Yes, it is. Bell ringing time, Salvation Army. Boy, what a great thing they do. They raise, I don't even know how much money.
We're going to talk about that.
We're going to talk about that.
Yeah.
Now, okay, that's the first thing I noticed, and the Santa hat, which I was going to wear one, but I have a huge head and it won't fit, so we threw that to Sally. What else has we got going on here? I know we're going to talk about this, but who's our...
Well, a couple of our guests sent us with goodies for the Channel 11 team. So we've got some Nothing Bundt cakes, and we've got some coffees and teas from Jared's Coffee, Tea, and Gallery. Yeah.
This is fabulous coffee that I'm having here, and I'm going to save enough of it to wash down. I'm going to have... Okay, now what's this little guy called? A Bunttini?
That's a Bunttini, yes.
And then the middle one is?
Buntlets.
A Buntlet?
Buntlets.
And this is?
A Bundt cake.
And they all look good, but I don't know which was best, so I'm going to eat all three of them.
Yeah, you might want to try all of them.
I'm going to eat all of these. So anyway, that's who we are and where we are and why we're doing what we're doing. Sally, tell us, what's the Chamber doing for the holiday season?
Well, we always adopt a family as the Chamber, and our women's group usually gets together and takes care of the needs of a family through our friends at Save the Family. And we did it again this year, and we've got a family, a mom and 2 daughters, and right now our meeting room is filled with gifts that we will be delivering to Save the Family on Monday.
Oh, that is awesome.
Yeah.
Well, that's great every year, but this year it makes it even extra special. There's a lot of people out there that need our help. You bet.
Yep.
Well, let's kick this off. And, you know, this is conversational. If at any point you want to jump in and add something to it, because, you know, I'm borderline. I sometimes stumble. So when I do,
I'll help you out.
Jump in and help out.
All right.
Let's introduce our episode sponsor. He's a dear friend of the Chamber. He's been around for, we'll ask him how many years he's been involved with the Chamber. But he does great things, not only through his business, but also through his volunteerism and things like that. Please welcome to Mesa Morning Live, the one, the only Mr. Mike Picard from Ocean Air Heating and Air Conditioning. Mike, welcome.
Mark, how are you?
I'm good, man. How are you? You look good.
Oh, thanks. You look old. I'm sorry.
This is not a good way to start, Mike.
Wow.
I was going to call you
look as good or as bad as possible. But I do look old. I'm look my age. What's going on? What's that in the background? What I'm trying to see, it looks like you have a growth on your right shoulder. What is that? Oh, here we go. How will you survive the harsh Arizona winter? Are we expecting a harsh Arizona winter?
I hope not. It was a harsh Arizona summer. I think we need a break.
I agree.
We could use a break.
You know, when we think of heating and air conditioning, obviously we focus more on air conditioning, but we're getting in that time of year where people are talking about heating issues. So tell us what you do at Ocean Air.
Well, we've been in business for next year. We're going to start our 20th year anniversary in Mesa.
That's great.
And been chamber members for 13 years. The chamber's been very helpful to growing our business and everything they do here. And basically, we provide heating, air conditioning, indoor air quality to residential and commercial, customers. And like I said, next year we are going to be celebrating our 20th year anniversary.
Wow, that's fantastic. And what makes, I know the answer to this, but for the folks that are watching at home, what makes Ocean Air Heating and Air Conditioning different than maybe other people out trying to do what you guys do?
The biggest difference is the industry has really shifted from a service industry to a sales industry. And where a lot of companies out there pay their technicians commission on the parts they need to replace to get the people's units going. I don't do that. I like to tell our customers that we are tradesmen, not salesmen.
Wow, that's great. What a refreshing way to do that. And especially with everybody's income being so affected by COVID, we're trying to get by and do things that we need to do, but not spend money needlessly. How's that?
Yeah, I mean, I'll often tell people, look, you might want to go on Amazon, buy that part for $20 and put it in and try it, because there's people hurting out there, and there's, they're losing income, and they're not going to work. And so, yeah, we really try to help out any way we can, not try to just go out and get the money from them.
Well, we're in that time of year, which is a very small window here in the Phoenix area, where we're kind of between. You can have your air conditioning on in the morning, and then by that night you go, man, I better crank on the heat. So this would be a good time for you to take a vacation. I heard you just got back from vacation. Where did you go, and what did you do, and why didn't you take us with you?
Because I'm cheap, to answer the last question first. And we spent 10 days in Orlando. It was fantastic. I mean from my standpoint, triple digits hit in April. It was the hottest summer ever on record, and everybody was working from home, running their ACs twice as long. So it was a very long, hard summer for me, for the guys, and it was a much needed time to get away. And so, yeah, I spent 10 days in Orlando, took the family to Universal. It was a great time.
Wow, and everything down there was up and running, and Universal was doing their thing, and Disney World, is it open, or?
All open.
Wow.
And it's a great time to travel, because the cruise we were going to go on in April, it was just me and my wife. The airline tickets, those 2 tickets paid for all 4 of us to go to Orlando now. And we have money left over from the tickets.
Nice.
So I got 9 nights in a 3-bedroom condo for $421. So if you can travel, it's a great time to travel.
Well, things are bad when Mickey Mouse is cheaper than normal. Speaking of being around for 20 years, technology's changed a lot over the last 25, 30, 50 years in your industry. How has it changed, and how is it going to change in the foreseeable future?
2 areas have really changed. A bigger focus on indoor air quality, especially this year. How do you maintain a healthy indoor air quality? And there's ways to do that. Mostly keep your doors and windows open when you can. Maintain fresh air. That's the biggest thing you can do. From the AC side, what you're looking at is a big drive towards variable speed and variable capacity systems. So our system's now a conventional system. When it turns on, say you're sitting at a red light and turns green and put your foot all the way to the floor. And that's basically what our ACs do now. They go full speed all the time. Industry's really moving to a variable speed, variable capacity, where the speed and the capacity of the unit fluctuates with the demand. So when it's 93 degrees at night, it's not going to run as hard as it does when it's 108 during the day.
I was thinking about creating something, and I need the brains behind this. I'm just an idea guy. Is there any way we could create a mask that had a big filter already mounted on the front of it? Maybe call it the Ocean Air COVID mask. You don't have to do that now. Think about it.
Well, I'm a little taken aback because nobody ever comes to me and wanting the brains of the thing. So that's the kind of
Good point. 2 of us together are like Dumb and Dumber. Well, that's awesome. So I'm sure you're busy. Like I said, you're in this small little window of between cool and heat. There are a lot of people right now that I'm sure need your services. What's the best way to get a hold of Mike Picard and Ocean Air?
The easiest way to do it is just call 480-358-9435. That's the easiest way to get in touch with us, get on the schedule. A lot of people email, and it stays there usually, so that's kind of a mistake. But another way is to go on our Facebook page. It's facebook.com/myoceanair. And I have people like, you'll see this on there. I don't do any of that. I have people that take care of that, and they will get the message and get it to me. So, but the best way is just to call.
That's awesome. Well, Sally, I know you've known Mike for as long as he's been a member of the chamber.
Yeah.
Have you ever had to use him for business?
He's my air guy.
Well, don't listen to me.
He's also my neighbor, so yeah. And if you want fireworks, you go to Mike's on a couple of evenings a year. So.
Only legal ones.
Yeah.
Only legal fireworks? So you're a heating guy, an air conditioning guy, and a fireworks guy.
Yeah, he does it all.
Man, you got it all covered. And you've always had nothing but top experiences with Ocean, or else she would have moved.
I would have booted him.
Yeah, you'd have booted him and moved. Yeah. Well, Mike, in all seriousness, thanks for being a Mesa Chamber member for 13 years. I know it's been a good business move for you. You've met a lot of people through your connections. But it's been more beneficial for us. Thank you for all you do. You sponsor a lot of stuff for Mesa Morning Live. You're a good stand-up guy in the community of Mesa. Thanks for all you do. What's your outlook for 2021? You going to continue to do big things?
Yeah, we're continuing to grow and continue to provide service. And you disappeared. But before I go, I want to give a shout out to Jan Newton. Some of you know my wife works at the House of Refuge, and Jan provides a ton of cakes for those people and for the tenants that are moving in, and she just does a lot for them. So I just want to give a shout out and say thanks to her. So thank you, Jan.
Well, there you go. He has foreshadowed a future guest that's coming up in a few minutes, but she's responsible for all of this right here, so I love her too, because I'm going to eat this. I promise. If I say it enough times, I have to do it. Mike Picard, thank you for being a great guest. Thanks for being a great member of the chamber, and thanks for all you do to make Mesa such a great place to live.
Mark, it was a pleasure seeing you again. I miss you. Take care.
See you next year.
Mike.
All right, buddy.
Thanks, Sally.
Now it's time for our community spotlight. This is sponsored by Gateway Bank. You know, for years, Gateway Bank has been working hard to gain your business for not only your personal business, but your business banking needs. I'm going to read this because I don't want to skim over anything and I want to be able to see it. The Salvation Army works to meet human needs without discrimination in 130 countries around the globe. Right here in Mesa, the need has never been greater. And here to share the story is Commanding Officer for the Salvation Army in Mesa, Arizona. Please welcome Major Scott Ramsey.
Yay.
Scott, good to have you here on Mesa Morning Live. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's always the second year now. This is a little different than the first year that I did this, but wonderful to be here.
Well, how's it different? Are you different because of the pandemic or different?
No, the pandemic doing this on Zoom. I am not an electronics type of guy. I enjoyed the interaction we had in person last year.
As did I, and we'll do it again. We keep our fingers crossed that that'll happen sooner than later. But, well, I know this is the time of year that everybody kind of thinks most about the Salvation Army because we see you guys out doing the bell ringing. But this is a year-long venture for you guys, isn't it? Doing great things around the calendar, not just the month of December.
Yeah, well, when everything shut down in March, we stayed open. We haven't closed except for a couple days when we had a little COVID issue in our own staff. But I think last month, we hit the 15,000 meal mark. We've given away over 4,000 boxes of food during the time. And just recently, we exceeded $100,000 in rental assistance. And so we've been very active during COVID. And now we pivoted to Christmas. And Christmas is well, we started with Thanksgiving. As we always do, we had a meal on Thanksgiving Day delivered or to-go meals. We did 280 that day, and we gave another 500 boxes of food out to families.
Wow, that's fantastic. And I know this is the 129th year of the Salvation Army. That's what a legacy.
Well, 129th year of the Salvation Army bell ringing. Salvation Army was started in 1865, so I guess if we do math, that would be 165. Yeah, about 165 years from
I've been
55. Okay, my math is not as good.
That's all right. We've had the human calculator on the show so many times that it's kind of rubbed off on me.
Oh, okay, very good.
55 years of Salvation Army and 129 years of bell ringing. That's
Bell ringing, yes.
Yeah.
That is great. Tell us a little bit, and this is kind of obvious, but tell us how the pandemic has altered things.
Well, we are not seeing, obviously, the volume at the stores. We are not seeing the number of bell ringers. We do have a mixture of volunteers and hired people to ring our bell. And that sounds a little funny, but yes, they ring our bell. And in doing so, and some of the stores said, we just can't have you in front of the store this year. We're very grateful for the stores that are allowing us, Walmart, Fry's, Hobby Lobby, and some of our regular ones. But some of the stores did say, we just can't have you in front. And so we're down about 45 kettles a day or locations a day to this year about 25, 28. So that's affecting things. We had to develop our own guidelines on how we're going to ring. Every bell ringer will have a mask on. Every bell ringer is given alcohol wipes. Every bell ringer is given everything that they need to stay safe. Obviously, we're putting our bell ringers out in the middle of everybody as they come in and out of the stores. And so we have some very dedicated ones that are helping. A goal last year, which we raised, $275,000, has been adjusted down to about $215,000 this year. And so we are trying to make up the difference with that. We went virtual. Salvation Army is a little archaic in our electronics in that way. So this is the first year that we went with a virtual kettle. Probably needed to go there a few years back, but Sally is even participating with that then too, has her own peer-to-peer fundraising page, our virtual kettle page. So we're hoping to make up some of the gap that way.
That's awesome. Well, I never thought about that, but it's just such a spontaneous thing when you walk out of a store and you see a bell ringer there. You just reach in your pocket and you grab what you got and you throw it in there. And with people staying at home, that's really got to, so you've lowered your expectations, but the need, I'm sure, has gone up.
Yeah.
Yeah, last year it was about 250 families at Thanksgiving. It was over 500. This year, we were going to serve about 600 families at Christmas. We're approaching the 1,000 family mark at this point. And so, yeah, the need is there. The need we're seeing every day. We went with our food bank model that used to be able to come once a month to help. Only about 45 days in, we decided, hey, come as often as you need. Usually once a week you can come for the food bank here now. And so we're seeing those number increases too.
Mark,
good. Yes.
The last 2 years, the Chamber's been asked to participate in a bell ringing contest, and they've put me up against somebody from Mesa Fire and somebody from Mesa PD, which I don't think is fair, personally, because, firemen always get attention, and PD literally was carrying a gun around while we were ringing bells. I did okay, but I ended up tying because of a friend that was a donor at my table, and so we tied with Mesa Fire. But we are virtual, so I can't do that this year. So if you are on my Facebook page or if you're on my email, there's a kettle, and literally you just click on it and you can make a donation that way. So any of our members or viewers can do that.
That is awesome.
Yeah, we love the support.
I think we might have mentioned this last year face to face, but one of the coolest things, I'm a big NFL fan, and last year, you already laughed, and you know what I'm talking about, when Ezekiel Elliott of the Cowboys scored a touchdown and he ran into the end zone and he jumped inside that Salvation Army kettle.
Yeah.
I know he got fined for that, but that probably did great things for recognition and exposure.
Yeah, Jerry Jones and family is a wonderful supporter of the Salvation Army, especially, of course, in the South. Salvation Army is in 4 territories here in the United States, so not our territory, but he is a National Advisory Board member, wonderful supporter of the Salvation Army. So, it was Reba McEntire almost 30 years ago now that started the halftime show, and so he's done that. That's just been our national kettle kickoff on Thanksgiving Day for all these years.
That's awesome.
That is great. Okay, a couple of questions. Since people aren't out physically able to drop money in the bucket, what's the best way for those folks sitting at home? What's the best way to contribute? Because, this is a giving time of year, and That's the greatest thing about this country. Even when times are tough, we tend to give more than any other populace on the planet. How can people help?
The easiest way is just Google Salvation Army and Mesa. Make sure if you want to. Salvation Army is obviously an international organization, but there is the Salvation Army webpage, Salvation Army Mesa. Will bring that up, brings up a Donate Now button. You go through Sally, you'll get it that way. Or if you go through Facebook, Mesa Salvation Army, we have our own Facebook page as well. And so all of those have the access to where you can give online.
Now, what's going on in the background of you there, Scott? You've got all kinds of toys back there. You look kind of.
Oh yeah.
You're kind of like Santa.
Yeah.
I mean, by
1 year I did try to grow a beard until I got the Santa things. I thought, well, no, I'm not doing that anymore.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
I was in my office first with this, and I started thinking about it. Well, this is a boring background, so went just down the hallway into our big room. Now is our toy center. We another thing that we had to adjust. Last year, we were in a donated space that was much larger, but we said, well, we have to keep it local and here. So the Salvation Army on 6th Street is our toy center. And so I thought, well, better background than to be able to have the big room where we have all our toys.
That's very cool. Now, I've got a little trivia question.
Uh-oh.
Sally's favorite Christmas song is Silver Bells. And matter of fact, we may even get her to sing it here in a minute. But she's shaking her head no. Is that, was that written with Salvation Army involved, or?
Well, even just when you hear the Silver Bells, supposedly legend has it, I don't know, don't have it in concrete, but legend has it that the gentleman who wrote the song was staying in a New York hotel. You would know in New York, the Salvation Army is pretty much on every corner on the busy streets. So he heard the lofting of the bell up to him, and then he came up with the words of the song. So it is a beautiful song, and so legend has it that the Salvation Army history of our bell ringing was part of that song.
That's awesome. Hey, this is totally spontaneous, and she's going to kill me for suggesting this, but I have an idea. The person that donates the most to Salvation Army through Sally's Facebook page, she will sing, she will call them personally and sing Silver Bells. They could use it as maybe a greeting on their cell phone, but she will sing Silver Bells.
I will arrange for somebody to do that. Okay. It won't be me.
It won't be.
Not as good.
Sally knows a lot of incredible singers, so she'll make sure that somebody does a really good rendition.
Yes, I will.
And it won't be Bob Nelson. Maybe it'll be Blaine Long.
It will be.
Our great friend Blaine Long will sing Silver Bells to somebody that contributes the most money to Salvation Army. Well, I'm exhausted just coming up with that. But through Sally's Facebook page.
I will one-up that.
Okay, here we go.
Okay. There'll be a guest in January on Mesa Morning Live.
Okay, let's recap this. You contribute Salvation Army through Sally's Facebook page. She'll have Blaine Long, incredible, from The Voice and the Valley Zone, sing Silver Bells to you. And you can be a guest, sit right there?
Yes.
Right there at the January Mesa Morning Live. There you go. It doesn't get any better than that, folks.
Yeah.
People would pay thousands of dollars for that opportunity, and you can do it by making a donation.
Hopefully they do.
Yeah, there you go. And it could be a business. Doesn't even have to be a...
Yeah.
You could come on here and promote your business if you make a nice contribution through Sally Harrison's Facebook page.
There you go.
There you go. Look at that. Sometimes the best ideas just flow off the top of our heads. And by the way, Jared is going to be here, and he's actually got hair. I was actually excited to be one of 3 guys, and we were all bald. It's receding hairline month here at Mesa Morning Live. Jared will bring it all home in a little bit. But anyway, Scott, thank you for all you do. And on a bigger note, thank you for the Salvation Army. 155 years, 129 years of bell ringing. God bless. The amount of lives you guys have improved over that time is immeasurable. Yeah. Thanks for all you do.
Thanks, Major.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Major. That's cool to be able to call somebody a major.
There you go.
My wife actually refers to me as a major disappointment. Oh. But that's
a different kind of major.
That's a different kind of major.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's move on. Let's talk a little bit about our small business retail panel.
Yeah.
we've got, so I'm going to let you explain what that is and who these folks are and take it
Sure.
away.
Well, because it's the holidays, we wanted to focus on some small business, but also they've got great stories on how they've been resilient through the pandemic, and we thought we'd bring some on. So we've got our friend Jan Newton from Nothing But Cakes, who's also a chamber board member, and we've got Jared from Jared's Coffee, Tea, and Gallery, right downtown Mesa. Yeah, it's pretty tasty. And then really unique is Joan Wells. She's representing Mesa Marketplace. And Joan's been there for, longer than I've been at the chamber, but literally she represents a ton of small businesses that are in the swap meet.
Well, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to all of you. Do they all appear on screen, or do I have to single them out? I think I single them out.
Yeah.
First of all, Jared, let's start with Jared. Jared, I'm having some incredible coffee.
It is good.
Let me say this too, and this is absolutely true. I only started drinking coffee about 2 years ago. My whole life I never drank coffee, and as of today, I'm caught up. I drink coffee by the gallons. It's frightening, and this is really good stuff. So,
Well, just to be clear, Jared has way more than coffee.
Okay.
He'll talk about that because I don't drink coffee. People don't want me to drink coffee, so I have a chai tea.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, welcome, Jared. What am I drinking, and why am I not drinking this 24/7?
You're drinking a French vanilla coffee with some stevia in it. I also brought some chai and lemonades in as well for everybody. We do a lemonade with lavender. So,
Oh,
a
wow.
little variety for everybody.
I said the chai tea, the lemonade. Is the lemonade just straight lemonade, or is there any kind of kick to it, if you know what I mean?
Well, just a holiday kick with some lavender in it.
Because
But I also did bring some hot mochas in as well. I'm not sure which one you're
some of
thinking
the crew here is tied into the hot mochas, and they're a big hit. Everybody's running around all wired up. They're all pointing to the camera person, and they're all caffeined up. Well, anyway, Jared, where are you guys located? Give us a physical address where people can come and sample this.
We're right downtown Mesa, 154 West Main Street, right down on Main and Robson.
Perfect. Well, thank you for.
Really accessible.
Thank you. And do people really drink decaf, don't they?
I believe that they actually do. We can do decaf anything, decaf lattes, teas, but yes, we sell a lot of decaf.
I never kind of got to decaf coffee and non-alcoholic beer. I never quite got that. But anyway, thank you for this. We'll come back to you in a minute. Let's go, let's work my way around because it's all about me. Let's work clockwise here to this lovely bundt cake. Jan from Nothing But Cakes, welcome.
Merry Christmas. How are you?
Thank you so much for decorating our desks, and we can't wait till we tie into this. Tell us about your business and what we have here today.
I am the owner-operator of Nothing But Cakes, Mesa Gilbert. We are located at 2285 East Baseline. And we just are into bringing the joy with our cakes, and we are just so happy to be in the community, and I love being part of the Mesa Chamber.
It is a great chamber. And while we're on that subject, tell us what being a Mesa Chamber member has done to your business.
Oh my goodness. Well, it's given me the opportunity. I'm on the board of directors, so I feel like I really have a special interest in what's going on in Mesa, and the ability to help make changes for the better in Mesa. As well, I live in the city, and I absolutely love living here. I work in my store is actually located in Gilbert, but we have both ties with both communities, and it's been wonderful. Just their support and just standing behind us and helping businesses do the best they can in serving the community.
That's great. Well, Jared told us about what we're consuming here today. What is this lovely? This just looks like a holiday decoration, but it's so much more than that. What is this cake right here?
Yeah, this this is a 10-inch cake, and our cakes actually, they come wrapped with cello wrap. We have 40 different decorations. This is one of our Christmas decorations, merry and bright. Our cakes are so beautiful. Just they taste so good, but they're also, you can put them on your holiday table, on any kind of special occasion table. They act as centerpieces as well. So that's our cake right there, and that serves about 20 people. So I think there's plenty to go around for you guys, hopefully.
Well, see, I envision this
single serving.
I envision this as the personal size. Just a little something, to tide me over till dessert. That looks fantastic. What flavor is that? What's the icing is so creamy and milky and 0 calories. That's the amazing part.
Now, this is our seasonal flavor, which is the peppermint chocolate chip. And I like to say it tastes like Christmas. If Christmas had a taste, it has really cool, just food, just wonderful taste of festiveness. And is that a word? I don't know, festiveness.
It is, yeah.
And their signature cream cheese frosting, which is so delightful. Our frosting, no one makes frosting like we do, as far as I'm concerned. And all of our cakes are baked with love.
Oh, that's awesome.
Special ingredient.
And and it's keto friendly. The love part is keto friendly.
No, it's not keto friendly, but a lot of people
the love part.
They don't care. The love part is, but keto people, they go off for a day and go back on the next day.
And then you've got the little buntinis,
Mm-hmm.
and those are just little snack hors d'oeuvre kind of things for a holiday party.
They're a little bit smaller than a cupcake, and they come by the dozen. And then we have our buntlets, which have been fantastic during COVID because they're individually wrapped. So if you're a corporate, any kind of corporate gift giving, these are terrific because you can give them, in their individual containers, and we sell them either individually. We have buntlet bundles that come by the dozen, and we can wrap them beautifully as a tower as well. So you see the gift towers there. They make fabulous gifts for any occasion.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And what would you like to add, Sally?
Bringing joy.
Bringing joy. That's what you guys do.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So tell us about how COVID, because that's the big theme. How have you had to pivot and kind of conduct business differently, Jan?
Are you the person who coined that term pivot? Because we've all had to do that. I want to thank you for using that term.
I'm just trying to.
But we really, that's the term we all use because we've all had to pivot. Our bakery is an essential business because we're for home consumption. And so we have been very, very fortunate that our lobby is still open. People can come and buy cake and look at our beautiful retail. We also have implemented curbside, and we do a lot of deliveries throughout Mesa and Gilbert. So we are out there. You'll see our Buntmobiles on the road. We have 2 of them, and wave to them, honk and wave, because we are out there bringing the joy every single day.
Buntmobile, that's awesome. I like that.
It smells so good.
Sally says your Buntmobile smells good. Well, that's great. Let's bring Joan into the mix here. Joan, welcome to Mesa Morning Live, and explain what you guys do and what COVID has meant to your business.
Well, we have 700 businesses that are trying to survive, 700 small businesses. And of course, in March, when we all had to close down, it just broke our hearts because that was the 2 big months. And of course, they had to tighten their belts. And thank God for Mesa Cares and a couple of other programs. But we've survived, and we have some amazing businesses again this year. And we've kind of pivoted, thank you for the word, so that we're talking a lot more about the fact that we're an outdoor covered open air market so that people mask up, which we do require, and they keep their 6-foot distance from other people, and they can still come and have a cup of coffee or a beer or some breakfast and listen to some music and wander around so that they don't feel so isolated.
That's great. COVID has actually created a lot of small businesses. Unfortunately, they started out as large businesses. So people have had to really make so many changes, and thanks to what you're doing to kind of be a life preserver.
Well, we are, and our heart just goes out to every single one of these business owners, and we are encouraging locals to come in You don't have to spend a lot of money, but you do need to become familiar with all these small businesses, just like Old Town Mesa. You know, it's taken a long time for people to stop shopping at usual stores and to say, hey, let's take a minute and go to Old Town Mesa, see what's there. I'm going to visit Jared's. I'm going to come and have a custom cup of coffee. And we're just inviting people to do the same thing and just kind of look at what we've got. And if you don't mind and you're up for it, I can do some show and tell of some of the fun things we have.
Come on, absolutely. Show and tell.
All right. Well, my favorite, golf. And we have an outfit called Shade Tree Golf, and they also re-grip. And everybody knows that the most important thing is a good grip. You can have a really nice set of clubs, but if the grip isn't working, then you can't play golf. And they're on the fourth row way at the north end. And then we have a cell phone accessory place, and we have the Ariat phone holders. And they're just absolutely stunning. And then, of course, we have the usual Green Bay Packers and all the sports covers. And then we have, pardon?
We can take off that Packer thing. That's fine. But that.
Well, we might have your team. And this lady is an entrepreneur. She was in marketing, and for the last 15 years, she's been selling phone cases and accessories. This is a Kate Spade. And then I'm wearing Larimar. I mean, if anybody knows how indulgent and wonderful Larimar is, we've got 5 jewelry stores selling it. And this came from Edinpo, and this came from Mesa Star. And if anybody wants to know where these locations are, they can just call me or call the market, and we will get them the locations. We've got beautiful turquoise. I mean, what woman wouldn't love a beautiful turquoise? And then we have all the usual condiment places. And then we have fashion. I didn't have time to get a pair of boots and some outfits to show off that, but I'm telling you, we are fashion central when it comes to shoes, clothing, accessories, scarves, you name it, jackets.
That's awesome. Now, where's your physical location? Where can people come and see all these goodies?
Okay, we're at the bottom of Signal Butte Road and Baseline. It's 10550 East Baseline Road, and you take exit 193 Signal Butte Road to Baseline and then turn right, and our big entranceway is right there.
Well, I'm going to go out on a limb here. My lovely co-host, I'm guessing you've probably been there.
Literally, when I moved to Mesa in 2004, there wasn't much past Power Road besides Sunland Springs and the swap meet. And we moved about a mile from there.
Yeah. We're open Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, 7:30 in the morning until 4 in the afternoon. And during New Year's week, we're actually adding a Thursday day. And this is just an exception, just because there's so many families that just need to get out of the house. And we're a great place for folks to, somebody holds down a table in the food court, listens to music and has a beer, and the other 15 people go shopping, all maintaining a 6-foot distance, of course.
I was just going to ask you that with people that are concerned about COVID, you're being COVID compliant?
Oh yeah. We sterilize every table after a person dines at it. And we've got half of our dining tables cordoned off so that they can't even sit at it. And when they order their food, it's behind a plexiglass, so they aren't breathing the air from the kitchen. And we really are being so risk adverse because we don't want anybody to get sick. This is something we need to recover from so we can get back to normal as soon as possible.
Well, boy, couldn't agree more there. Hey, let's go back to Jared real quick. Jared, what are you guys doing as far as from a safety point of view during these days?
Well, thanks again to Mesa Cares for everything they've done as well. But we also provide masks for people who don't have any. Thanks to the CARES program, we disinfect everything. I come in early every morning and make sure everything is completely wiped down. We're just doing everything we can do to keep a safe, friendly environment for everybody because we love our customers and we want to continue to grow. So, yeah.
So when Jared says grow, they expanded their facility literally, I don't know, like weeks before. So they doubled their space. So they've got some great like meeting space that is safe because it's, you know, it's bigger space now than it was before. So it's perfect for like small group meetings, and it's a suite right next door. So you just walk through one door and into a next. It's a great space.
Is she on the payroll, by the way,
Not yet.
Jared? She's handling this beautifully. It's like a little, you know.
We love our happy
firm here.
customers.
Well, let's do that. Let's go around. Let's go back, Jared. Give us a little, this is all free to you. Give us a little 30-second commercial on why people should go to Jared's if they haven't been. And if they have been, I'm sure they come back. But do a little commercial on your business.
Well, not only do we sell drinks, but we also have local artwork with the artists here in Mesa and all over Arizona. But we also provide local jewelry and live music shows, open mic, and all kinds of fun art events and stuff that we provide as well. So it's not just a coffee shop, but we do so many different types of events. There's a lot of live entertainment. So we try to keep it different, unique. It's very eclectic. The art changes all the time. So, you know, when you walk in there and you come back 2 weeks later, it'll be completely different. There's always big changes there and a lot of great music.
Well, that's awesome. And, you know, I hate to disparage another business, but, you know, really, do we need more Starbucks? You know, up in my part of the valley, they actually opened a Starbucks inside of a Starbucks. And it's like, come on, it's overkill. Let's go out and support the small guy, the guy that's not going to stay small, but the local business that can give back.
We really appreciate all our customers for all their support. We wouldn't be here without all you guys. So we're very grateful and thankful for that and how we've grown over the past 5 years now. So we want to continue to grow in 2021 and just keep making it a better place for Mesa.
That's awesome. Jan, let's kind of throw those same questions to you. Is your facility, do they just come in, is it just a come in, buy it, and leave, or you don't have like tables where people sit around and eat buntinis all day? Because if you do, I'm going to be there.
So we have really fun, great big stickers that we've placed on the sidewalk outside as well as inside. We allow 3 people in at a time, and that has worked very well. And thanks to technology, we can go out and service the people who are in the lines, because we often have lines of people waiting for our cake. And of course, then again, just implementing curbside. And I really see curbside as something that will continue in the future. We have guests that just love it, and especially like young moms who are moms with young kids who can't come in, and they'll call us on the phone and say, I'm outside, can you bring the cake out? So the convenience factor, I think, may stay with us after COVID, actually. And delivery is, as I said, we are just going all over. We're heading out to Apache Junction on a regular basis and Queen Creek, and traveling all over the place because, and you know, it's so fun because we see people, we take birthday cakes now out to people who are from 5 years old to 100 years old. And just the response we get when people, we ring the doorbell, and they'll often ask us just to leave the cake at the door. And then the driver will go back and we'll sit and we'll watch, and they'll come out and they'll see the cake, and the expression and the joy and the gratefulness that you see. It makes our job so fulfilling, and to know that our cakes are still bringing happiness to people during this very often dark time, it makes our job just so worthwhile. So we've just, we've plugged along, and we're doing okay, which we're grateful for, and I'm grateful for my staff for all they've done in just putting their all into cleaning, sanitizing, and keeping themselves safe for our guests.
Well, I know you're right about what COVID has done to the industry. I know yesterday DoorDash had their initial stock offerings, and it went through the roof because people they've realized how convenient that is, and that's just going to be a way of the future. So you got to either adapt or miss out. So it sounds like you guys are adapting. That's great. Sally, what?
Yeah, she's not going to say it, but she and her team have been delivering cake, spreading the joy, right? for months now to, frontline workers, PD, fire, hospitals, you name it. If anybody thinks that they, have people that need something, she literally is out there delivering every day. And it's just, it's touching to watch, because people need a little bit of that joy right now. And, kudos to Jan for seeing the need and stepping up to do it. And I'll throw one other thing out, and this is aside from COVID. We started an anniversary program for the chamber, almost 2 years ago now, I think. And I asked Jan if she would be part of the program. Jan has donated a cake to everybody that we've asked for. And we can't do everybody every year, so we've done like milestones, like, 5, 10, 15, in some cases 60 or 70 years of chamber membership, and not a hesitation at all.
Wow.
Yeah. There's nothing better for us to say thank you for your membership, and here's a bundt cake. And it's just, it's a great thing for us, and it's been a good partnership for us.
Have you ever thought about maybe honoring, maybe a guy who's hosted Mesa Morning Live?
I'm guessing you're taking that cake home.
I'm taking that cake
I know you touched it a few times just so you could take it.
And then look how safe this is on.
That'll be a nice gift for your wife when you walk in.
Oh, she will never see this. I'll eat this in the parking lot with a spoon. No, that's sad. It's a cry for help. Joan, tell us a little bit about we know you've kind of already talked about what COVID has done. How do you see us, like you said, we all want to get back to normal. Let's look ahead a little bit, hopefully with a little optimism. What do you see happening in 2021 and beyond?
I think a lot of people are getting used to phoning the merchants and asking them to ship because they can't come in live. A lot of them are in Canada, or a lot of them are back in the Midwest. And so as kind of a unexpected benefit, businesses are expanding that way. And I just have to say, Jan, I can't imagine anything more fun than DoorDash delivering one of your bundt cakes to my house. I think that would be fun. It would be a party. But at any rate, we just look at the vaccine working, and we look at people being able to enjoy retail, and we look forward to being able to continue practicing safe protection, face coverings, 6-foot distances, and sanitation, and keep these small businesses in business.
That's great. Let's go around, rotate one more time. Briefly, Jared, what would you like for people to know for the holiday season? What's going on with you guys? What can we do to help support your business?
Well, we have a lot of amazing artists at our shop, so we do have a lot of gifts for Christmas, a lot of unique handmade items, which we like to push just to support the local. We just want to continue to grow and have a safe place for everyone to meet, have meetings, have fun, and just enjoy other locals, artists, drinks, and just a place for everyone to meet and greet, and just we want to grow as a business and support Mesa, and we've been very thankful for all the local support we get too. So we just want to, our plans is to keep growing and stay strong. That's
great. Jan, I'll ask you the same thing.
Thank you. First of all, order early, because we are baking and baking during this very busy holiday season. But I want to say thank you to the guests who have reached out to us and thank us for being open. And just, if you have a business that you like, if you enjoy that business, please let them know. Shoot them an email. Give them a call. Write a handwritten note. We have a whole wall of notes that we've received from people, just saying thank you, and it means so much to our staff and our team members. So thank you again for supporting Nothing Bundt Cakes, and we'll do everything we can to continue to to bring the joy, coining a phrase there, to the community as long as we can. So thank you so much to everybody out there.
Great. Thanks, Jan, and continue doing all the great things. And Joan, we'll finish up with you. what would you like to tell the folks as we ease into the crazy, hectic time of the holidays?
Well, if you've got family visiting or just want to get out of the house, once again, we're open Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, 7:30 in the morning till 4 in the afternoon. We have live music that starts at 9 a.m. and you can be safely distanced from the next folks. Enjoy some live music. Come in, have breakfast. Come in and have lunch. Have a piece of pizza or a beer or a Pepsi and walk around and try to feel like you're a little bit back into the normal mode of things until this really is normal and we can start enjoying one another again.
That's great. You know, for people that are just tuning in the first time, have you noticed how things in Mesa tend to revolve around eating and drinking? I love that. This is so awesome. Sally,
Yeah.
You've been a great co-host, by the way. Thanks for being here, and thanks for all you do.
Yeah.
What would you like to say as a little holiday message?
Holiday, yeah. Well, so Jared's downtown, so when you're visiting Jared, walk down the street and go visit our Christmas tree, right? Mary Main Street is still happening. Different this year, but the ice skating rink is open, and there's a Santa globe in front of the chamber-sponsored Christmas tree. So, you know, go out, enjoy that, take some pictures. Still a festive place
So you
to be.
can ice skate.
Yeah.
You see, people don't think about ice skating in the desert, but you can do everything in Mesa.
Yeah, so the rink is just to the east of City Hall, just to the east of where we are right now.
That's great. Well, we've gone a few minutes over our allotted time, but I think it was worth it. We had some great guests. We had some great messages.
They're going to let us stay because we.
They're going to let us stay because you bribe them with.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Here's what I've learned: you can get away with almost anything if you bribe people with treats.
Yeah.
And bundt cakes and Jared's coffee. That's a plus. I would like to thank all of our guests, and let's rattle those off. Our first to our sponsor, Mr. Mike Picard from Ocean Air Heating and Air Conditioning. A great guy and a super chamber member. And you too should join the chamber if you're not already a Mesa Chamber member. You could be on this show. I'd like to thank Major Scott Ramsey of the Salvation Army. Thanks for all you do. Keep up the good work. I can't wait till we can do it again next year with your smiling face in person. Thank you, Major Scott. Mesa Morning Live brought to you by Channel 11. Thank you for the entire team here. Top-notch pros. These guys are the best at what they do, and they make us look as good as we possibly can. Thanks, Lily, for all the makeup. You can believe how old I really am. This is actually a toupee. That's how sad this is. I'd like to thank Jan Newton from Nothing But Cakes, Jared, Joan Wells. Thank you for all you do. And I'd like to just say this. This is totally off the top of my head and unsolicited. Things are crazy right now, but you still got to live life. Go out and see people. Do it all safely, but don't be a hermit. This too shall pass. Live your life. Have a little bit of fun. Remember the holidays for why they're special, and share that joy. It all ties back to bundt cakes. Share some joy with all your friends and family. This is the last episode for 2020, and I too look forward to things getting back to a little bit more normal next year. In the meantime, stay safe, stay joyous, stay thankful, and remember the reason for the season. God bless you all. We'll see you next month. Ring that bell.